Today we are talking about SMCI, a fallen angel of a stock, and why tomorrow can be so crazy for SMCI. I will tell you here in this video and how you can make tomorrow and this week a lot of money with SMCI. Don't do anything else. Put everything to the side and watch this video till the very end. If you don't know me, my name is Danny. I'm also the Wolf of Dubai, and I look for crazy opportunities on the market, right? Every single day. And I invested, for example, into Tesla. And not only a little bit, but my life savings when it was an $18 stock. So make sure to subscribe and follow me on this journey. So let's dive into the SMCI. If you don't know what is SMCI, it's super micro computers. I think it's the official name. Super micro, okay? That's all what you need to know. They actually grow with the AI industry because they create specific server racks as well as cooling systems. Because if you install data centers, AI data centers, and put NVIDIA chips in it, they need to be properly cooled so they get their full potential. And SMCI actually grow with this growth of AI and NVIDIA, and then came, unfortunately, a little bit of a downer because they don't comply with the, regulations of a public company. They didn't, supply their 10K, which is like an official document that they have to supply to the public. They didn't make any financial statements. Their financial auditor, EY, which is one of the biggest in the whole world, just went away from them. They said, we don't want to do anything with this company. So this is a little bit tricky. However, they make, billions of dollars. And in this small video, I think it's well explained what they are doing and how it looks. So let's dive into that first.
Of 64 GPUs per rack. Now, in the top section, we have the Supermicro NVIDIA HGX H100. Each one of these HGX H100s has a lot of the components that are really important in these systems, like the 8 NVIDIA H100 or Hopper GPUs. Plus, there's also NVIDIA and VLink switches, and all of that is on the baseboard. Now, one of the really defining things of the Supermicro platform versus some of the others in the market is that you can actually go in and pull this top section out. You can see the little levers here. They would probably get really mad if I did this, but we have other videos where I've done that, and even on these liquid-cooled systems. And that leaves the bottom tray. The bottom tray has things like our CPUs, which are fast x86 CPUs, as well as our large PCIe switches. Just to give you some frame of reference on how advanced these are, all of that is only in 4U of rack space, and it's all serviceable just on trays. There are other options from Supermicro and others in the industry that are 6U or 8U for a similar style system. And there are options in the market that simply don't have this kind of accessibility and serviceability, which is why these things, even though they're very compact, they're also extremely advanced and easily serviceable. Now, on the front of this, you're definitely going to see the fact that there are all these little tubes and they go through this little bar. This little bar is what is called a manifold, and so we have a 1U manifold for each of these systems. That 1U manifold is how we connect our liquid cooling. Now, all of these little tubes are in pairs. We have both a blue and a red tube that comes out of each of these. So inside these tubes, there are two different liquid cooling blocks. And as you might imagine, the cooler liquid goes into the server in the blue side and then out of the server on the red side. And that is brought to the manifold that's here, and it goes back to the overall rack manifolds that are in the back of the rack. This design means that you can go and actually slide these systems out, service the HGX H100 board, service the CPU's memory, and all that kind of stuff, and just go pop these things out. Now, I'm not going to do that. This is actually training a real model right now, but it takes a matter of seconds at most. Now, there are a total of 8 of these servers in this rack, so it's a total of 64 GPUs plus 16 CPUs, a bunch of memory, and all kinds of other.
And how you can see here, it's even much bigger, okay? So this is the facility by XAI, by Elon Musk, that was installed in 122 days, which is insane, with 100,000 pieces of those clusters that work to think they are one cluster, and Elon Musk has already confirmed plans to extend that 10x that, okay? So a pretty big job for SMCI and NVIDIA, right? So
cool data center, a big part of that is, of course, the liquid cooling. And if you look around me right now, what you're going to see is these just absolutely giant pipes. I mean, these things are huge.
So as you can see, SMCI make a really good job here, has a really good product. So the only discrepancy between why they were, you know, a couple of months here, you can see the 52 range week, you know, here they were at $123 and they crashed within, what was that? That was beginning of March, and lowest point was in 11th of November. Okay, so they dropped like 80% of value, while they still have a really great product. That their product is still gonna be very, very useful, right? And for that expansion, even the CEO wrote on 5th of December an X post where he said like he's very committed to be part of the expansion to over 1 million GPUs by NVIDIA, and want to work with them together. So just because they have, you know, trouble with their financials, it doesn't matter that they cannot deliver on their great product. Okay, so this is the whole story. And that's why, obviously, if you look into the statements of NVIDIA, you will see that Supermicron is one of the biggest clients, because they sometimes buy the chips of NVIDIA, they put them into their racks, and then they deliver to the client. Okay, so the client actually can, you know, get this from NVIDIA or Supermicron. As you can see, Microsoft has another type of, you know, supply chain flow, but this is how it works. Okay, so now let's come to the great part. This turnaround history in SMCI is just getting started. Okay, we have seen here, we came from the lows mid of November till mid of December, where we are now, and we are somewhere around $43, $44. So why? Actually, the news came out that their audition team, they didn't saw any wrongdoings, right? Even though it's just one person, the audition team, and you know, it's like a ex-member of the board or one person from the board. However, they already got a new auditor, right? So that will review all of the process. You know, they did something in the background that everybody seems to be, wow, you know, if they're coming out and they get all the jobs again, maybe they go back to back 100 and more. And that's why you see on my thumbnail like the big 100, because like Elon Musk and SMCI with this news can really push the stock. I think, you know, next levels that they have to break is this 50 level, but then they can go up to the next one, which I think could be like 60 level, which is quite interesting. And then obviously on Friday after the close, we had even more news, right? Because all of this trouble with the regulations of a public company, obviously there's always the risk that the NASDAQ say, we don't do this with you again, so we will delist you if you don't comply with the rules, right? So actually, once the Supermicro came out with their own report that they don't found any wrongdoings, NASDAQ said like, we received you know, enough information that we give them more extension of the deadline to be not delisted to February. So that was actually the catalyst after hours to jump around 10% to 47. So I believe with the seasonality, with chip sector currently not so much performing like all the other techs, and the seasonality on the market, the Santa Claus rally, SMCI can be a really big runner. So I'm going definitely long in a couple of hours on Monday. So that's why it's important to watch this video, understand what's going on, why SMCI may be big up when you watch this on Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever. And this is very important, guys, okay? So this is very important to see that this is the huge potential. If you look into the chart, after hours, we even reached the $50, and I think, like, I'm not a big chart guy, right? So, but you can see here, like, 44 levels are an interesting level here, right? And then you have the, maybe, let me have a look. The next big level here is 45, right? Then you need to zoom a little bit out. Let's have a look, let's say year to date, so we have also the other interesting points. As you can see here 50 level, very important, right? And then after 50 level, maybe already 65 level. Okay, so if we break through the 50 level through maybe already on Monday, then 65 is really fast coming, and after 65, I think somewhere like 72 might be the next levels, the next bigger levels. Okay, here's an interesting level at 90. So look at the look at the PE ratio. You have heard that how crazy good the product is, and PE ratios currently in tech, in AI, are usually somewhere from 50 to like 150, right? So finding something that is 20 is really, 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 really a rare case, and maybe a huge opportunity to get in. So let me know in the comments if you are trading SMCI, if you're buying long-term SMCI. If you want to get all my trades all automatically into your portfolio, then make sure to visit our website. The link is also in the description, as well as the first comment. X10 Day Trading, we essentially have a software where we send you all my trades on daily basis, and we achieve like 15% per month return of investment on average. You just click here, you book a call with me, and then we see if we can help you as well. Make sure to subscribe and like, and I see you obviously tomorrow.